Hey guys, Ernest Odell here with another real short, quick tutorial. I was asked if I could actually show Karen and some of the other guys and the gals, ladies and gentlemen, how to do a copy paste of Frank's copy and put it into your autoresponder, either on PLS, Traffic Wave, or My Legion Secret. So we're going to try to do a real quick tutorial on all three of those for you. Okay, so let me start by sharing my screen. We are recording this so I can upload it to my YouTube channel. And while you're here on the YouTube channel, do me a favor and leave a comment, subscribe, click the like button, check the bell, get notifications every time I put one of these things up. First thing, you're going to be in the group chat over here on Facebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down so I don't have it up in my way. Let me just go back. So if you're logged into your Facebook account, and you first come in, you'll be on your news feed. So anywhere, either on your news feed or your timeline, go to the chat and come down here to the Cash Now funnel chat. And what I like to do is just kind of open it up in Messenger so I kind of see the whole screen. And go up here to about, well, that kind of went past it, didn't it? Right about here, where he posted it about 8:37 a.m. this morning on July the 29th. And then he uploaded a video and gave us a link. So you need to go over there and watch that too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and it's going to open up on my browser in a new tab. And we're going to see the subject line when he published it. He sent it out on a broadcast. We're going to scroll down and take a look at this. All right. And there's the link to his funnel. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to plug that in and change that around. All right. I'm going to show you how to change that around. First, we're going to save a copy of the image. All right. This is a new image. So I'm going to right click. We're going to make sure I open this up and I don't get a web file, but I get an actual JPEG or a PNG. Save image as. And it is coming up as a JPEG. All right. And because it was shared on Facebook, it's going to have a unique identifier. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take a look at it, and that's 4560. We'll just rename that 4560K, 4560K. We'll call it cash. Hold on a second. Let me get into my folder. I'll go into my folder where I have these very specifically filed and find the Cash Now funnel folder. And we're going to go to Cash Now images. JPEGs images. No. I'm not looking to save. I want to download, save image as, put it in here. Go in here, find this, go to cache now images, and it's not showing all my JPEGs, okay? We'll say 45, 60K proof. Give it the JPG, okay? First thing I do is save it, and here it is. I open it up, and I've got it opened up in my earphone view. So if I wanted to put something on here, you know, I could say something like, wow. And I could put a text, you know, like that on there. I'm not going to do that for right now. We're going to close that. Now we're going to come back, and now we've got that saved. We're going to grab our subject line, and we're going to copy the subject line. We're going to log into our PLS account, and we're going to add a campaign. We're going to call it cache now broadcast. Today is the 29th. I use the year, then the month and the day. I use the European Convention for Dating Files because it makes it flow in alphanumeric order. If I put it in there, you know, non-alphanumeric, as you know, as in July the 29th, 2022, or 7/29/2022, it doesn't come up alphanumeric in order. So this pretty much puts it in order. I'm going to create this campaign, and I'm going to say, no, I'd like to create my own campaign. And then we're going to come in here. We'll move this over out of the way. Okay. And come up a little bit. And I'm going to say, add a new email. And we're going to paste that email title, subject line right there. We're going to make our own custom autoresponder. Then we're going to open it up to view edit. And I'm going to take that, highlight that, and delete all that. Okay. So we're going to leave this on day 0 because as soon as we send it, it's going to trigger and send. 40 years at a job, we beat those results. Now we're going to jump back. Okay. And we're going to say, happy Friday. We're going to highlight all of this. All right. I'll go ahead and copy that with all the extra space. Actually, what I want to do is I want to copy down to the image. We'll leave Frank's name in there. Okay, we'll come back over here and we're going to paste all of that in there. And we'll leave his name in there. Happy Friday. And I like to kind of bump it up, you know, so it's a little visible. We can leave it in Arial, or we can go in Verdana and change it up. It doesn't make it too big if you go to 16 point, but it's a little bit easier to read, especially if you're older. And if you want to take out some of those extra spaces and carriage returns, you can do that and make it readable on one page. right here, okay, this is where we're going to change that highlighted embedded link. Okay, that's got Frank's link in there. And we're going to go over here, and I'm just going to cancel that for right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this for the time being. And I'm going to come back and edit. But one of the things that I wanted to do is go over and find the link to my orientation page. Okay. I could probably do it on the inside of the autoresponder itself. But if you've made a separate orientation page, I'm going to go over here and find the link to my orientation page because I've already set one up. And that's the SP1. That takes them to the first video, okay? I've done a little modification on it. I've put this watch video, click the play button, and all that. And then I got some float share buttons. So I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to go back to what I like to do is when I come over here, I'll go to websites like this so I don't lose my place, and I just right click and then open it up in a new tab like I did here. And then I go find whatever I'm looking for. And after I get through, I grab my link, I come back. Now I'll go back and open this up. Okay. Scroll back down here. And we're going to say start now for just $1 because they've already filled in the form. Then I'm going to Control V Victor, paste that link to my page. All right. And we're going to set the target for blank so that it opens up in a new tab, just in case. You can come over here and give it a little dark blue attributes and underline it. If you want to, bold it, you can do that too. And we'll say, enjoy your weekend. Everything is on one screen. And over here, he's got the image down here under his signature. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this image toolbar. We're going to click here. We're going to click on Browse Server. We're going to click on My Library. Then we're going to click on Upload. Then we're going to click on Choose File, and it's going to open up our file manager if you're using Windows. If you're using a Mac unit, you'll have to, figure that out. Okay, so I've got this worded. This is one he made last week or earlier this week. The 3400. This is 4500. This is 4560. I think this was 4510. But we're going to choose this one because I named it Dash Proof instead of Commissions. Okay, so I'm going to click that, and then we're going to upload it, and then it's going to come up here in blue. Double click it, and it's going to be in width of 600 pixels wide, 427 high. You want to leave the aspect ratio locked. You can change it down to 500 or whatever, so it's not too big. I like to put a little bit of vertical and horizontal space between the image. And then I come back and put my orientation link in there. All right. So that when they click on that image, make it clickable, it'll take them over to the website. Okay. Now, how do you test this? We're going to save it. And whatever email address you've got registered in your account, we click here to send a test copy to your email. And we'll come over here and open up our email. And I'm registered over at dmsgroupster@gmail.com. Grab that. Open it up. It takes PLS a little time to deliver these test emails on their autoresponder. So let's do still loading, still spinning and loading. Only have 382,982 emails in my inbox. Okay, here it is. It came in from Ernest Odell, because I'm on the Gmail direct send. We click that, okay. And here I've got it narrowed down. I took all the extra carriage returns out. And it's basically down to one page, where they can see it on the screen. They read it, they click here, opens up in a new tab, takes them back to the orientation. And then I come back to the email, and if they decide to look at that, they can click on the image, they put their mouse over it, it turns into a hand that indicates that it's clickable. Boom, there it is. They watch, okay, and it's ready to go. We've tested it, so we'll come back over here to our email campaign. We've created it, we've tested it, we know it works, all right? So now we want to send this to all of our subscribers. So we'll say, what's the name of it? Is Cash Now Broadcast 729. So I'm going to go to email, send campaigns. And I'm going to scroll down to Cash Now. Cash Now funnel. Broadcast 729, one message. And I'm just going to go ahead and select all groups because I've got something like 2,400. These should already be in the group, so you don't have to send it to your new contacts. If you want to send it to your new contacts, you can uncheck all of these and just send it to your last 10 or 20 contacts. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the date to send. And today is 7/29/2022. It's 1:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I want to make sure that it's sent from the orientation page. MMO, I've got MTI. Here's orientation. So we're going to send them to the actual, in case they click on any link. We're going to send the mailing out under this domain. We'll make sure that it's sent out from 100grandayear.com on the orientation. And because this is, I will be emailing 2,434 prospects in total. It'll filter out. It says this request will exceed your limit of 32,000 emails this billing month. Click here to choose a smaller campaign or fewer groups. If that happens, you can always increase your email limit by coming over here and paying for the extra overage. All right, so whatever credit card you have in there, it will charge an extra $15 for a one-time overage. All right, so let's go back and look at send campaigns. All right, and we're going to go to the Cash Now 7/29. That's today's message. And instead of sending the campaigns to all of my groups, I just want to send it to my newest one. So I use my tab key and then the space bar to check that box. All right. And that way I'm only sending it to just a few people. I'm not, and I'm going to send myself a copy too. Okay. So it's got like 2022. And right here, I'm going to send it from the orientation page. And we want to send it out at this current time. So this request of 26 emails will exceed my limit of 32,000. So if I wanted to increase that, I could pay an extra $5 for up to 1,000 emails. Okay. Then you just authorize it and send it. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this a little bit later in the day, probably, and you can schedule this. If you wanted to schedule this, you can do that. So we can go back here. You want to change the time from the current time of 1:44 p.m. You can have it sent 2 hours after the current time. If I wanted to send it out, let's say 1:44 plus 4 hours, it'd be 5:44. That'd be about the time people start getting home, maybe checking their email, or they check email after supper, after they eat and rest, send it, 6 hours after the current time. You can do that. Okay. So there's lots of ways you can send it. Now, as an added extra, I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little automated message, system. We're going to create a new message. All right. And the message is Cash Now broadcast. We'll call it 2022-07-29. And we could start this email over on tomorrow. We couldn't start it today. We'd have to start it on the next day. You create it to go out automatically. You could send it. Let me put this back. You can send it out one time, do not repeat, or you can send it out every single week. Okay. Starting tomorrow, and then it would trigger every 7 days. Or you could send it out monthly on the first Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or you could select the second, third, or fourth. And then once you save it, let's just go ahead and save this for, like, we'll say the second Tuesday of the month, once a month. We'll just save it, once a month. And we'll call it the Cash Now broadcast. And we'll call this monthly. All right. And we're going to submit. And it's not on right now. We come down here, we see the name, and it's going to be sent out on the second Tuesday of each month. Come down here and select the Cash Now funnel, find the 729, and you want it sent out to all contacts. You can enable it and share it, save the changes, and it changes from red to green. So you could create a new event and just basically send it out automatically to them. So you wouldn't have to remember to come in and do a broadcast. But I'm going to do my broadcast manually a little bit later. And that's the way you would copy that into your Power Lead system. If you're on Aweber or your own GetResponse, you'll have to use your system over there. I don't use Aweber or GetResponse, but what I do use on a daily basis is I'm going to go ahead and close this. Okay. What I do use on a regular basis is Traffic Wave. And I'll do a tutorial on Traffic Wave and MLGS separate, okay? Because it takes too long to make one. And I'll do a separate posting, video tutorial for how to plug all this information into your My Lead Gen system. If you're using MLGS, if you're using Traffic Wave, pretty much the same principle. You just want to make sure that you change the variables to link to where you want it to go. So this is Ernest Odell. I'm going to finish up and we'll stop sharing and get back to full screen and say, have a good afternoon, and we'll see you on the next tutorial. Check it out.